It all started in the quiet countryside of the Rhode Island, a place where the trees stood tall and the night seemed to hold secrets in the darkness. There was an old farmhouse abandoned or forgotten by time until one family dared to move in, seeking peace and fresh start. But peace was the last thing. The moment they crossed the threshold, strange things began to happen. Things that would make their blood run cold. At first, it was the small things. Doors cracking, opening itself when one was near, the faint sound of the footsteps echoing down the hallway. When the house was silent, the children, unaware, would wake up screaming, claiming to see shadowy figures moving just beyond their vision. But the true terror started when the night fell. That is when the house revealed its dark secrets. Shadows would stretch across the walls, taking shapes that no one could explain. Cold spots would appear suddenly, like icy fingers brushing against your skin. And sometimes, the edge of your hearing, you would hear whispers, soft, unintelligible, or in simple beyond your brain could process, the filled with anger and despair. One night, as the family slept, deafening bang shattered the silence. They rushed into the living room, only to find chairs sliding across the floor on its own. No wind, no explanations, just the unmistakable signs that something was there watching them. They tried to leave, but the house seemed to cling to them, doors locked tight, as if the spirits didn't want them to escape. And then the apparitions began to appear, ghostly figures, some with the hollow eyes, others with the expressions of the pain and rage. One of the most chilling moments was when the daughter claimed she saw a woman with floating just above her bed, her eyes hollowed, her mouth sealed shut. Desperate, they called the experts. Paranormal investigations started, who had seen many haunted places. Among them were Ed and Lorraine Warrens, famous for their work on the cases of the supernatural. When they arrived, what they experienced was unlikely anything they had encountered before. Set up their equipments all over the places, hoping to document the unseen. But the house responded with fury, objects flying everywhere, disembodied voices shouting and shadowing figures darting just out of the corners of their eyes. The spirits were angry, restless, and bound to that land by forces beyond understandings. And then, one night, the house seemed alive. The wall trembled, the air thickened with an oppressive presence. The spirits openly showed their wrath, knocking down furniture, banging on the walls, and showing their true forms. Horrific, terrifying, that the house was battleground. A place where the veil between walls have been torn, or the portals have been opened for those creatures they supposed to stay in their boundaries or in their territories, allowing spirits to pass freely into our realm. And the Perron family's ordeal was just the beginning of the story. So dark, so disturbing that it would inspire a movie, one that would terrify the millions. To this day, many say that the house remains haunted, its dark history still echoing through the halls and walls. all over the places in the house. The spirits, whether angry or lost, continue to whisper their stories to those who are willing to listen. And now you know the true story behind the house that inspired The Conjuring, a story of the shadows, spirits, and a darkness that refuses to rest. Well, that's all I have today for you, beautiful souls. And if you have made it up to here, thank you so much. And if you are a fan of dark, mysterious, true crime, strange movies, recap or reviews, please stick with me by subscribing or following to my channel. There might be someone from the dark watching you. I'm Uzasipra. Until next time.